Hi, my name is Wasif, and welcome to the Pumpkin Patch, where we talk about adventures in parenting as well as health and wellness. It's presented by Eye Care Pharmacy, where I'm a pharmacist and an owner. So if you have any questions about the podcast or need help with a prescription, you can feel free to text me at 780-705-8871. We provide free delivery as well as expert advice all throughout Edmonton, Sherwood Park, St. Albert, Beaumont, as well as even Stony Plain. So if you do like the podcast, please give us a 5-star rating and hit subscribe. Thanks so much for dropping by, and I hope you enjoy our little conversation here. Thanks. Bye. Hi, my name is Watson, and welcome to the Pumpkin Patch podcast, sponsored by Eye Care Pharmacy. I'm a pharmacist at Eye Care Pharmacy. So if you need anything in regards to prescriptions, we deliver for free all over the city in Edmonton, Sherwood Park, St. Albert, Beaumont, Spruce Grove. So wherever you are, we can deliver your medications with expert care. So with me today, I have JP. So JP is he helped us to kind of pick out our first family starter home here. So it was a wonderful experience with him. And he's part of Pathfinders, which is part of the Exp Realty group. And thanks you so much for joining us today, JP.
Yeah, thanks, Wasa, for having me.
Yeah, no problem. How is like from what I hear in the news, the real estate market's kind of hot right now, or was a month ago or so. Is it keeping you pretty busy still?
Yeah, I know it has been. We're kind of getting into that season, especially in fall, where we run into a seasonal market, and that's kind of what we're seeing in this time, especially this month. It's still consistent, but obviously not as busy how it was in the spring and the summer.
Right, yeah. But it's kind of consistent with like a regular non-COVID year like this time?
I would say so, but definitely with how the spring and summer went was more abnormal in terms of how really busy it was. For a lot of agents, I would say it probably for a lot of agents, even speaking to colleagues and whatnot, a lot of them were having like the best years they ever had in their career.
Okay. What was driving it really? You think?
The biggest thing that we've been finding is more so, especially in kind of the spring, were interest rates. That was definitely the driving factor for a lot of buyers looking at purchasing a home.
Okay, I see. Yeah, so JP being kind of, new dad, but I would say like, your little one's 2.5, so you got 2.5 on me. Pretty well.
It feels like 10 though some days.
yeah. So we're gonna ask just get your advice on like baby proofing. That'll be kind of our next step. We kind of started the process a little bit, right, honey? By what we did. We had this like really nice dining table, which was a glass dining table, and then had to get rid of it because from what I hear, glass and kids don't really mix. So
yes,
now we're in the market for a new dining table, which is why I'm shooting this video podcast from my office. And I should mention that dining table. Usually Albert joins us for the podcast, and Albert wasn't able to make it today, but I actually bought that dining table from Albert.
Oh,
it would be interesting to talk to him about that. Yeah. But Doreen is in the market for you're looking at some pretty nice dining room tables.
I'm looking at like a picnic style, like a table with 2 benches, and I found a lady in this neighborhood that actually makes them. So I'm gonna go hopefully down, but it won't be ready for until like a month or 2 months.
Yeah. I know this is not necessarily baby proofing, but is there an argument to be had to getting maybe like a cheaper dining table, or would you be okay with like a little bit more fancy dining table that hopefully won't get trashed?
I've heard
that. Yeah, well, you definitely don't want something too flimsy, especially with the little ones where you don't want it falling or just collapsing right and then over them, right. And just definitely with the one that Doreen was mentioning about with the actual table, we actually have a table similar to that now, and we've had that since even when with our daughter Scarlett was born.
Oh, okay, nice. Oh, and then I didn't really introduce my wife. This is Doreen.
Yeah, we know each other.
And then you can hear my little one Atlas off camera. But so like in terms of baby proofing, I haven't had a chance to really research it, but I know the basics. A very high pitch? Okay. I know the basics. Basics being that you're generally with the wall plugs, you want to put the wall plugs in so kids don't get electrocuted. You want to have like the baby gates and those sort of things. Well, what kind of things did you do to your home, or do you recommend to like new parents?
Yeah, well, yeah, and I think it kind of changes kind of as they get older, but definitely the plugs, especially with babies, they like touching, they're just exploring the world, right? So the thing is, anything that you can do to just to try to prevent any accidents. So you definitely got that down. Those are definitely the big ones, having plugs, putting the plugs to for the outlets, what to call that, as Atlas gets older, they're one of those things which actually help too is with when they start learning how to open things. So getting some of these, you can buy like those safety lock mechanisms where you can attach to your cabinets where it prevents them from opening up, especially if you have things where with the cleaning supplies, things like that, you don't want them to be drinking that or be able to eating those type of things.
Yeah. And then I know, like from my old boss, it's hard to baby-proof everything, right? Or you don't necessarily think of everything. But one of the things that ended up happening with him was like he had like a PlayStation, and his kids they tried to stuff like 3 or 4 CDs into the PlayStation, and ended up destroying the PlayStation. So it wouldn't work after that. This case in point is gonna, like I think you mentioned before, it's gonna, everyone's environment is different too, right? So
absolutely,
depend on what your situation is right now. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, anything that's kind of like out of hand's reach too, like like the thing is, especially what I'm seeing with a lot of people, they're putting like TVs, right? There's some they put like on entertainment stands. What I've been seeing a lot of people, they're starting to mount it, right? So the thing is, because especially you have kids, they're trying to climb. The last thing you want is a TV. That's things like that could affect the safety of them as well.
Yeah, because kids are like Atlas is not at the age where he's crawling yet, even. But I imagine once they start crawling, they kind of danger to get into everything.
Yeah, no, definitely. And they kind of clear view too. Like, so what, even like trying to like minimize your space too, right? So the thing is, and having, kind of a space where you don't want, you easily be able to see them where they are at all times, especially when they're small.
I guess that's why it's probably important to try to keep like you were saying, having things kind of, things that might be easy to reach. It'll be good to just kind of try your best to have a tidy space so there isn't a lot for them to get at as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thanks again for listening to the Pumpkin Patch podcast. If you liked what you heard, please feel free to give us a 5-star rating and subscribe. And again, if you have any questions about the podcast or as well questions about your health or wellness, text me at 780-705-8871. And have a great day, and hopefully we'll chat soon. Thanks. Bye.